This is Liz's trail. It's the Elizabeth Davis Trail. Someone's cold. They bundled hat, scarf, 10 sweatshirts.
Look at the waterfall, Oliver.
Oh, that looked familiar. That back there is where we were above for the train video. You can check that out right here. That was with JP Videos. The tracks kind of go off that way, and you can check out his drone video of that right here.
Oh, difficult. They don't know what difficult is.
No. I mean, Bubba says difficult is nothing. Hold on, Bubs. A lot of people go jumping here in the summer off those rocks and into the gorge. I've never done it myself. It is illegal, but I don't think anyone ever actually got arrested for doing it.
Please be careful.
But a lot of people do it. It's supposedly really fun. That's the security right there to not get to the falls. So you pretty much, Oliver wants to go, but we're not gonna go down there because they'll pull me in. You go down through there, and you get there. Now they jump off of the rocks on this side over here. Look how clear that water is down there. Oh, Oliver, you okay?
Oliver.
Slow down, slow down. Okay, stop. Break. That's not difficult. We're in Nay Aug Park in Scranton. When Amy and I were kids, this was an operable zoo. They had elephants. Well, they had one elephant.
Sad elephant.
Yeah, very sad elephant. Buffaloes, small outdoor aviary. They had a cat of some sort. I don't remember what they had. But years and years ago, they did have bears. There's actually a geocache, or at least was a geocache up here somewhere. It's in the woods. It's around here somewhere. That used to be the bear pen. And there's a geocache hidden in it. I think the treehouse is about 10 years old. Walk out to it there. We'll go up on the treehouse in a little bit. Do you want to walk up there now, or you want to get on the way back?
No, we'll go back.
Okay. I don't remember where the bear cage is. I think the bear pens were around here somewhere. I don't think they're not right on the trail. Because I remember walking up and down the slope here looking for them. But I think it was close to the treehouse. There's a clearing up here. Well, there's a big open space and then a playground. That's where the buffaloes used to be. Up this hill is where the rest of the zoo used to be. Those buildings are still there. When the zoo finally closed, they gave the elephants to DC, Washington DC Zoo. Nellie or something? I don't remember the elephant's name. But the elephant did live out the rest of its life at a much larger zoo. It was in a very small pen here. I did see the elephant one more time. As a kid, we went to DC and saw the elephant in the zoo. That was pretty cool. Those buildings up there that's the rest of the zoo. They also used to have rides too for kids, very, like small kiddie rides. They were out behind these buildings here. There's still a pool. Hold on, Oliver. This is where the elephant was. And there's a big set of double doors back there, so it did have an inside enclosure as well. But this is where you came and saw the elephant. This fence, you can see back here, it was a big iron fence that curled up. I don't actually remember if you can go inside these doors here. I don't know if there's anything inside, but this was the outside pens here. Now, a few things have happened here over the past decade or so. They did try to reuse this as a zoo for a short period of time, and a couple monkeys actually escaped. That was probably... When do you think the monkeys escaped from here? I was actually hanging out with Rob at the time, probably close to 10 years ago. They repurposed this as a zoo again, more of like an animal sanctuary, and the monkeys escaped, and that was the last straw. Also, at one point, the University of Scranton used this building for a haunted house fundraiser. They did that for a couple of years. There's some cat beds here. Oliver just found the food. There's some food and water for them. A little cat toy. And this area here is where the little aviary was. There were one or two cages. I don't remember what bird. 2007. Try to get a little bit more information on what the zoo was, how long it was in operation and stuff. Fake fairy door. Bubba doesn't approve. That's a treehouse. It's pretty cool. The sun is bright. Uh-oh, I thought there were Pokestops.
Yeah, but I guess my bag's full. I need 50 to evolve.
Pokestop's not registering. She's not happy. She's out of Pokeballs. Oliver's helping her look for Pokemon. Guess that means we're going this way. There's the Everhart Museum. Amy went inside the museum because there's free admission today, and Oliver knows she's in there. We were across the street going for a walk, and he just pulled me right back over here. He knows she's in there. He wants to get to her, but we're not allowed in there. See him? There's a bunch of fish in there.
Get a new bathroom done. We ain't got time for Christmas this year. We gotta fix the house.
I was gonna comment how I'm on the wrong side of the car, but instead that happened.
Boom.
A little bit of information on the zoo. It opened in 1920. In 1924 and 1935, new elephants were purchased using money raised by school children, a penny at a time. The zoo housed Tony the elephant, was the most recent elephant. That's the one that went to Washington, D.C. They also had a Dominic the donkey. There were big cats. There was a tiger and a lion, at least one of each. I think there were multiples. I'm sure there were over the years. There was elk. There were monkeys. A burro. There were 2 bears. This was not a good zoo. A lot of bad things happened there. There was an alligator. In 1967, an alligator escaped for 2 days into Roaring Brook. A man shot it to death 2 days later. One of the elephants choked to death in 1967. In 1970, a group of boys released a 350-pound Himalayan black bears from their dens. Not a good zoo. It was shut down in 1988. I do remember it. I was 7 years old when it got shut down. 2 of the black bears mauled to death a cub in 1964. Wow, this was not a good zoo. I believe it was named one of the worst zoos in the country. Yeah, in 1983, the Humane Society of the United States named the zoo to the list of nation's 10 most substandard zoos. That's not good. The Genesis Wildlife Center officially opened in 2003 in the zoo's main building, which is pretty much the only building that is left of the actual zoo at that point. That's the zoo where the monkeys escaped from, and I remember being all over the news, and one of the kids I was with wanted to go buy cereal and try to catch the monkeys with cereal. I'm getting this information from bigcatrescue.org. That's about all the information. I'll put a link for this website in the description below, so if you want to read some more, there's a lot of there's more than there's a lot here, so